So we don't teach fractions until December. We had our meeting already, though, and we gave them some resources. One thing that we start with is comparing fractions. So we had a meeting, and we gave them an entire packet of basically manipulatives and things that can cut out and utilize at home. I actually taught a lesson on how we teach comparing fractions and making equivalent fractions. Again, because the way we learn is a little bit different to how they learn. And I even had parents say, like, I don't even remember how to do this. Like, I don't even know where to begin to help my kid. So teaching that lesson was also the parents' aha moment for, oh, that's how I know how to compare fractions, or that's how I know how to make equivalent fractions, because a lot of at their age is I just know how to do it. I don't know how to explain it. So these APTT meetings are more so to teach them how to teach their kid effectively and to help them in the classroom versus meetings for showing growth or things like that. I mean, we definitely want to talk about growth as a whole group, but participation is something that we're definitely working on. Our first APTT meeting, we had 5 parents, 3 from my class and 1 from the other 2 classes. So our hope is the next time that we have our APTT meeting, which I believe is in November, we'll have a little bit more support from parents. Hopefully get the message out a little bit more this time. Although I felt like we did, maybe it was the time of day we held it. Not quite sure, but we definitely want to get them in. They did it last year in 3rd grade, and I know that I attended the very last APTT that 3rd grade had because I wanted to talk about 4th grade because they were coming up to us. So I think it's just a slow progression to getting the participation. I think eventually, hopefully November meeting will be strong. Same thing with our January meeting will be strong as well with more participation.
And what time was your meeting at? Just out of curiosity.
So our first one, we held it from 4:30 to 5:30 because we wanted to see what it would look like. We have one teacher that comes from far away, so we didn't want to have it too late. But I think the 4:30 to 5:30 time wasn't the most successful because we know parents have 9 to 5 jobs. So perhaps 5 to 6, maybe even 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
Because we do have to work around parents' schedules. Not everybody works 7 to 2:30, 3 o'clock like we do. Their jobs are 9 to 5. So.
Do you coordinate or attend any meetings or events at the school that include parents?
Oh, yeah. I try to come to almost everything that we have for parents, at least show the support because kids come looking for you. They want to see that their teachers are. Same thing with the parents. I mean, they notice the involvement. They notice whether or not you're supportive. So absolutely, as long as I can work around my schedule and my child's schedule, I definitely try to be here for any event that we have on campus.
As a teacher, do you think that the school provides enough information and help for parents to know how to be involved with their students' education?
I think most of the involvement comes from the teacher. I think the teacher is the one that pushes the involvement, that holds these things, that sends the communication. I have seen schools try to do math programs for parents or reading programs for parents. We did hold a curriculum night here at Paseo Point where the parents could come in, see what curriculum we offer, learn the difference, well, at least in some classrooms, between standards-based grading versus traditional grading so that they kind of understand the shift. I think we could do a better job. But again, it all comes down to the parents wanting to be involved. We can offer these things and push these things, but you'll get the ones that are involved and then the ones that aren't,
How comfortable or welcome do you think the parents at Paseo Point feel? And what experiences make you think this way?
I think that we have seen more involvement as we have done more activities. I know that there have been a few things that haven't been super successful, whether or not that's communication or time of day. But parents commenting on the Facebook or PTA pages, or seeing you around campus and saying that they really liked something, or sending you an email about something that they liked. I think it also depends on their interest. So I know we had a holiday event that we do in December, and that's a really big hit, whereas some of the other functions that we've done may not have been as successful. But everybody, knows the holiday parties or the events that the school has. Things such as like the curriculum night and whatnot, I don't think are nearly as popular as you throw a food truck on campus and you have kids singing, or you put on performances. That's going to draw in more attention.
Okay, perfect. What about, I know Paseo Point has shifted to a closed campus model. Do you think that has alienated parents, or how do you think that that's impacted our parent population?
I think I would say initially it was about 50-50. I think 50% were confused and thought that we were trying to keep them out. And then I think 50% realized reality and wholeheartedly accepted it. I think we're about 60-40 now. 60 feel it's a great idea and that we are ultimately protecting their child. I still think we have those 40% that are our helicopter parents that just are afraid to let go of their child, and then it affects how they feel about things that we're trying to do for safety aspects.
What suggestions do you have to increase the parent support at Paseo Point?
Support of their student. So can you just kind of clarify a little bit on support of the changes we made?
Just to support, an increase in parent involvement. Like, what do you think our school can do?
I definitely think that all the teachers being on the same page and promoting things as hard as others do, because you can tell the ones that do communicate versus the ones that don't because of the turnout. I think maybe offering a little bit more involvement as far as after school activities. I mean, we have grades kinder and first, I believe, are involved in a folklorico dance thing, and boy, do they get support like nobody's business. They love watching those little ones do things. The older kids, I don't think there's nearly as much. Yeah, there's the sports program, but what else do we have to showcase our kids?
Okay.
And I think showcasing their child or a group of children will bring in more parents. But I ultimately think it comes down from the top, comes from the top down. If they hold high expectations for every teacher and expect certain things, that will get the parent involvement.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.